Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your September 2017 tarot card reading. Um, First of all, thank you so much for all of your love, for your beautiful comments and messages and likes and subscriptions. Um, it means so much to me. I don't even have the words. It just means so much to me, and I love liking and loving all of your and replying to your comments. So thank you so much. Thank you with all my heart. And then a couple other things I want to mention really quickly. First of all, I asked everyone if you liked me choosing some animal cards and then reading them from the book every now and then. And so I'm going to do that. You did, so I'm going to keep doing that. And the other thing is that we're in eclipse season right now, and we had on I think August 7th we had a full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius, and then we had a Leo new moon solar eclipse. So there's a lot of energy and information that's being absorbed right now. So honor that, and I always like to sort of say with eclipse seasons, just let them open you like a flower, because there's this constant sort of unfolding that takes place, and that will take place in the following 6 months. From this energy of this eclipse season will be unfolding for the next 6 months. So be curious about it, because there are such gifts that this time of the year reveals to all of us. So we're also in Mercury retrograde, and right at the beginning of September here, and this is for the first couple of weeks of September that we're looking in. Pretty much from the time I do this reading through the beginning, the first couple of weeks of September is what we're looking at. So with these animal cards, and then in the first week of September, Mercury will come out of retrograde, and also, so things are going to start picking up, and there is this energy for September that is really, especially for Aquarius. Well, actually, because 2 animal cards popped out for you, and I want to read them both instead of just reading one. I feel inclined to do so. I'm just going to dive in and do that. And these are sort of an umbrella, like thematic energy that we're going to keep in mind as we go into the rest of the reading. But to start, for September, for Aquarians, we have the otter and the golden egg. And there is such a beautiful, profound, light, friendly, it's almost this sort of really anchored, ecstatic energy that I'm experiencing with these cards. So let me go ahead. So the golden egg is a beautiful card, and it's a spirit card. So let me read it. The golden egg. Message at the center of the heart. The unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned, until we retreat from the noise of modern-day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga nidra, or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection and contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart. Staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep From deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. And the golden egg, it represents the fourth chakra. So the subtle essence of the golden egg is nestled deep within the heart center at the fourth chakra. This chakra is the home, and it's called Anahata, is the home of the self or soul. By bringing the mind into this center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said our inner guide sits there in deep meditation, waiting for us. Anahata translates as the unstruck sound. So your truth, your own inner truth, your heart, your center, and right next to otter, and otter is personally for me one of my all-time favorite energies, one of my totem animals personally. So it's really, really, and I'm an Aquarius, so it's so nice to see this card for me personally, just to share. Oh, we just opened right up to the otter. But let me just read this because I just love it. And then we'll put them all together. I'll put them together and, we'll get to the reading. So, the otter for September. Unobstructed joy, playfulness, contentment. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck, the otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of a child, available to us at any age. They have a giddiness and a reverence for life itself, without the presence of doubt, worry, or skepticism. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. When in balance, full of love, needs nothing. When out of balance, gloomy, sighs, makes silly excuses. To bring into balance, dance party, or celebration. So when this card pops up, we are looking at some sort of celebration, or the energy of celebration, and we're coming right into sort of this September brings the equinox and new school year. It's a change of seasons, so there's a lot to celebrate, and I do feel that this is going to be such a prominent energy. I mean, together these feel so heart-centered. There's this incredible just this joyful opening energy for you all in September, for all of us in September. And do check out your rising or your moon sign as well, because that's so helpful. Okay. Ooh, love that. So we're off to a great start here. I just heard partnerships. Interesting. There's another sign that this came up very strongly for, and I feel like it was Capricorn, maybe? But no, this feels like a different sort of partnership energy than Capricorn, actually. It feels flirtatious. So there's some sort of this new spark that's coming into play around relationships. Wow. Aquarius, September. And when I was meditating on Aquarius energy, I wrote a couple things down, actually. I said this new opening and, this beginning that's been building. But it definitely feels like for the last couple of months and continuing forward, sort of this is the start of something. And I got this image of sort of peering forward, and it almost felt like it was opening this door or peering into a window. It's this stepping out, this feeling of like you can see where you're going. And then I also wrote, listen to your heart. And this was before this came out, but that just sort of affirms how strong this heart energy, fourth chakra. This is really where this is all, this month, this September lives for you. The start of the September here. It's all in your heart. And then social and play. And Otter is absolutely social and absolutely playful. Aquarius. So we have the Daughter of Swords. And I just heard Libra with this. So we're looking at, air signs here. And you in relation to air signs, or again, if you're rising or moon. And then we have Aquarius, so, but I did hear Libra specifically. So this I feel like is it's amplifying that transformational energy. So it's a great time for potential physical transformation, for emotional transformation, for transformations of all kind. And I also heard for moving. There's this swiftness. And then there's this ease. There's this ease around this, there's this sort of this ease in how you move through everything and how you relate and connect with people and experiences for these first few weeks here. A lot of ease. And I just heard you're in your element. You're in your element. Okay, so we have this, we have the Ace of Swords reversed, we have the Three of Wands, and we have the Ten of Swords. And I just heard close out. But I want to shuffle and pull a few more cards here. Get this spread laid out. So there's this refining. I'm just gonna swap. So there is this refining energy. This feels like there's this refining, and then this. I just heard watershed release. Sort of there's like this. There's this major release. There's this major shedding, is what I want to say. There's this shedding of something, and it feels so deliberate. Whatever this shedding is it feels like this deliberate release, this deliberate sort of letting something go, this deliberate cleansing, or like spring cleaning almost. And there's something here about whatever this is. You're almost like, this needs to happen, and I'm not gonna let my mind chatter get too involved in whatever this is. It feels like this needs to happen. This is this, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make this change, make this shift, let this go, whatever this is, and not overthink it, not get overly emotional about it. It just sort of feels. There's this matter-of-fact energy around this. And again, I want to be, I'm being reminded, sort of saying, like, and this is, and whatever this is you're in your element. So there is this feeling of like, you got it, you can handle it, you know? And there's this confidence around this releasing. There's this almost like this immense focus of, I'm going to do what I need to do, and it's not going to be, you know, and it's almost like you're not going to add a bunch of fluff or a bunch of like frill or a bunch of mental or emotional stuff. You don't need to. It's almost, it feels like, you know, the bare bones of something that there's this like, you're going to do what you need to do sort of energy. And for many of you, it feels as though it's like in the physical realm, so sort of on the physical plane. So it is like a physical cleansing or a physical letting one thing go, a physical sort of release and shedding. So there's this, and there's that sort of that cleansing sort of, again, I heard watershed, sort of releasing. I just heard steady goes it. So there's, again, that sort of, that fluidity that, you know, that with ease, you're sort of moving into this month. You're moving into the beginning of September. Okay. Interesting. So we have the Five of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Five of Cups upright. And they're so deeply related. They're both, first of all, both fives, and they're mirroring each other here. And again, sort of, we're looking at the practical, physical world, the material world here, and the world of resources. And then there's this reflective water. Again, I feel like we're looking at this. This is a big period of cleansing, and it's almost like you're getting so clear on there's this feeling of like looking at all your options and getting clear, sort of, that like everything has a place. And which sign was it that sort of, it was talking about this, because it feels very similar. It might have been Taurus, this energy of being so deliberate about what's in your space, what's in your environment. And there's this, it's like this filtering that's happening, and you're only keeping those things around you that really support this energy of like joy and what inspires you, and what will, you know, what is most connected to your heart and to who you truly are. So there's something about setup here, like you're setting yourself up. I just heard sitting pretty. So there's this idea of sort of, you know, you're you're looking at all your options, and you're sort of saying, it's almost like arranging a chessboard or something, like this goes here and there, this goes there. And again, sort of with this, with this, the cups, we have that water energy, and with this full moon in Pisces on the 6th of September, it's this, it is sort of this, it feels like, you know, and with the moon reverse, we have that reflective, and even with these two crescent moons, there is sort of this reflective, highly intuitive sense to whatever this decision making that's happening, whatever that is. It's really, you're really connecting deeply to sort of that intuitive sense to make these decisions, and that's going to support you. We have the Hanged Man and the Daughter of Wands. And I just, so there's this cautiousness as well. There's this cautiousness and this deep patience. This deep patience. I just heard holding your ground. So there's, you know, there's something about creatively holding your ground here in these first few weeks. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands reversed, right next to the Nine of Pentacles reversed, right next to the Three of Cups reversed. So this feels, I just heard the word big surprise. Big surprise. And I feel like we're getting into the relationship realm here. But it could also be, you know, it could be work. I think it's going to, whatever this is, whatever this surprise is, whatever this interaction is, whatever this, it feels as though it's this, there's, it feels like it's something that is going to fall into it's sort of it's going to be like a surprise on many different levels in your life. It feels like it's going to it's making you feel more financially, fiscally. It feels like there's whatever this interaction is. It also feels like there's someone who's investing in you, who's supporting you and excited about you and investing in you. And this collaborative energy that it feels like there's this collaborative energy coming in that is supportive emotionally, creatively, and it's also like this sense of it holding you. Although it's whatever this interaction is, whatever this energy coming in is it's both focusing and collaborative, but it's also it's almost like holding you up, sort of like holding you to the light. So there is this rising up. There is this. There is sort of this focal point energy that you will sort of this, you know, this visibility that whatever this sort of surprise energy, it's kind of, it's encouraging you to sort of step into your own light. It's almost like holding you up for everyone to see, or holding something that you've created or something that you care about up for everyone to see and to appreciate. There's this sense of appreciation. So we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. There's that strong creative manifestation energy for you. And then we have another 5. And there have been so many 5s through these readings so far. So, and then we have the 3s, the Empress. So, but the 5s, it can sometimes have to do with problem solving or sometimes conflict. But in this case in particular, this feels very much around communication and something about how you're communicating with and even I almost want to just sort of say with this Empress, that maternal energy. So this could be sort of having to navigate your way through um, a some conversations or some almost, I just heard strategizing with a strong sort of maternal energy. Doesn't need to be a man or a woman, have to be a woman specifically at all. It could be, and this could also, of course, always be, be you. But I do feel like there is this sense of this feels kind of like a character coming out for you, someone that you're going to have to work with and kind of navigate through sort of some of that communication, working with an energy that's creative and maternal and very colorful, also very strong-minded is what I'm getting. Is very it's almost like this creative live wire energy that sometimes it can be a little touchy in communication. It's just sort of, you're not quite sure what you're going to get. So there is sort of looking to this dynamic. And I feel like it's just about kind of navigating that conversation patiently and finding the right time. I'm getting this strong sense of timing. There's a right time for these conversations, and there's a sense of timing with this person in particular. So let's pick a couple more cards here and sort of to sum this up. Okay, so we have the Hierophant reversed, and the 8 of Cups, and then the 7 of Pentacles, and then the Father of Pentacles. And then we have the Strength card, and this is sort of right at the base of your spread. And then we have the Mother of Swords. And I just heard Libra again. So there is sort of this strong connection. Maybe check out that video. Or if you have a Libra in your life or something like that. But that is, the Libra energy is coming up very strongly for you. So again, sort of there's this sense of like, I just heard, there's this awareness of how you articulate yourself. And I'm getting this feeling of like, there's this, there's a lot of integrity. I just heard there's sort of having integrity in what you're saying, especially in relation to when if you might sort of have to let someone down softly. And there's a way to do it that that feels like this feels like a conversation that does need to be had, and it might not feel like the most comfortable, or it just feels like sensitive, a little bit of a sensitive conversation, and it's just sort of saying, as you're sort of, and this is, I just heard business dealings. So with these business dealings and these conversations and sort of this building energy here, it's like there's just this mindfulness, and this mindfulness of, although there is this strong heart coming into yourself energy here, there is this sense of make sure you're articulating yourself with integrity, with, still your truth, but there's a circumstance where there can be a tenderness, a sensitivity that you can bring to that, to a more challenging conversation or a more challenging dynamic, perhaps. So there might be a little bit of that in there for some of you. And then with these business dealings, it looks as though again, this feels so deeply connected to the Daughter of Wands. It feels like this taking a stand for yourself and your beliefs and your own sort of creative authority. And then beautiful Strength card, Leo's card here. And then we have Libra. So maybe Leo and Libra. That might be something to check out, both of those videos. But I also feel that I just heard interaction. So the Libra archetype and then the Leo archetype, I feel that keep an eye out because part of, I feel that these might be two characters coming in for you that I just heard like are part of your gang or part of your new team. So that Leo, that I mean, I'd say we're talking about someone who is really compassionate, but also strong and excited and has sort of this immense vision and this grace, this regality. And then the Mother of Swords, I do feel it's more of a female character in this circumstance, or more of a female energy. And it's something about numbers. It's almost even Virgo, sort of that numbers and specificity and liking systems and patterns and sort of the, looking at more of the linear. So that's an interesting thing. Well, okay. Well, I'm going to leave it there because this is getting a little bit long, and my dog is letting me know that he needs to go out. So, but this is such, I just really, for all of us, I think the key is embracing this otter energy and sort of letting our hearts open and opening to, I just feel like there is so much possibility and so much possibility. And it's really sort of saying, what do I want to play with? What do I want to play with? So let the gold, let it all start there. Let it all start sort of, what do I want to play with? What do I want to, be part of? What inspires me? What makes me feel most connected to my heart? And do it. Go there. And see what surprises that brings for you. Okay, I love you so much. I hope that this was helpful. And I will see you in a couple of weeks. I love you and have a beautiful start to September. I love you.